triangle, right? I figured it out. Voice of reason, the solid, hold it down, the beige rage, and the agitator.
The Breakfast Club.
Everyone just kept telling me to prep for this.
One word to describe the Breakfast Club would be black.
Impacting the culture.
People watch the Breakfast Club for like news and really be tuned in, man.
I don't even know what to call it, Breakfast Club. It's like brunch.
Envy, Yee, and Charlamagne.
Wake that ass up, get out of bed, and listen to the Breakfast Club.
I'm waking up.
Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ MB.
Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Monday. Good morning.
Yes, it's Monday. Back to the work week.
Back
Good
to
morning.
the work week, man. God is great. How y'all feeling out there today on this fine Monday?
Feeling great. Let me start off by saying happy birthday to my brother DJ Clue. It was Clue's birthday on Saturday, and happy birthday to Angie Martinez. It was that icon legend's birthday as well on Sundays.
Yes.
Capricorn season is heavy up here.
Yeah.
Love it.
Big radio legends right
Yeah,
there.
radio legends. I always tell everybody Clue got me into the game, so I'm always grateful and appreciative of him guiding me early on. So shout out to my brother Clue. And Angie Martinez, too. You can go to Angie for anything if you need advice. She's such a legend and icon when it comes to this industry, and she knows everything. The boards, how to cut an interview through the Vox Pro. That's a machine they use to cut interviews. She knows every part of this radio ting. So happy birthday to
Yeah, salute to everybody who celebrated a born day this weekend, man, because I keep telling y'all over and over, age is a blessing.
It is.
And you going to want to get every single one of those years.
Absolutely.
All right? Because it always feels like it's too soon, regardless of how old the person is. You know what I mean? You realize, like, when the Betty Whites of the world, the Cicely Tysons, the Sidney Poitiers, you know, when they pass away, they're 90-plus years old. People say life is too short.
Right.
That's a long life lived. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Especially, I would say, especially right now, as we're all experiencing so much loss. I mean, front page news this morning is a lot about loss, and it's really sad. I actually was watching the news this weekend and was really teary-eyed watching the fire that happened. That was breaking news when I was watching the news this weekend, seeing people lose their life, and then James Mtume passing, Sidney Poitier passing, Bob Saget passing.
Yeah.
It's just
Appreciate your life, man. When you get those birthdays, embrace that age. Stop lying about your age. You know what I mean? Stop trying to shave years off. Stop trying to stay younger. Just, embrace it all because it is indeed a blessing.
Yeah, in the fire she's talking about, there was a deadly fire in the Bronx. I believe 19 people.
We'll be doing that in front page news.
Yeah, 19 people passed away in the Bronx. It's deadly. That's why I started the show off with happy birthday. I just wanted to start with positivity first because I knew it's going to be a dark morning when it comes to front page news.
Just appreciate life. That's all. That should always be the intention. You know, always wake up every morning. Just appreciate life. Thank God for it all.
Appreciate family. Appreciate your friends. Appreciate everything. All right. Well, let's get the show cracking. Front page news. What we talking about, Yee?
Everything we just said, front page news. We'll be talking about the fire that happened in the Bronx. I was watching CNN when it was happening, and I saw that on their breaking news. Really tragic. They said that's one of the worst fires that we've had in the past, decade.
All right, we'll get into that next. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get some front page news. All right, now in football. The Cowboys beat the Eagles Saturday. All right, Giants lost.
You can breathe by it all you want, but not only did we beat the Eagles, we swept the NFC East this year, 6-0 in the NFC East. None of them bum ass teams beat us. Not the what's the name of the team now? The Washington football team. Not the Giants. Not the Eagles. Nobody.
Talk your talk. You done? You finished?
For now, until we beat the 49ers next week. Okay, on our way to the Super Bowl, baby.
All right, man. Browns beat the Bengals. The Lions beat the Packers. Steelers beat the Ravens. Jaguars beat the Colts. Vikings beat the Bears. Saints beat the Falcons. Titans beat the Texans. Seahawks beat the Cardinals. The Bills beat the Jets. The Dolphins beat the Patriots. The Raiders beat the Chargers in overtime. 49ers beat the Rams. And the Buccaneers beat the Panthers. Now, playoffs begin next Saturday. The Raiders take on the Bengals. Patriots take on the Bills. Eagles take on the Buccaneers. 49ers take on the Cowboys. Steelers take on the Chiefs. All right? And then Monday Night Football next week, the Cardinals take on the Rams.
Yeah, take on is a strong word when you're talking about the 49ers versus the Cowboys. Okay, you might as well say the 49ers going to lay down to the Cowboys next week. Okay?
My goodness. What else you got, Yeezy?
All right, well, let's talk about that Bronx apartment fire tragedy. 19 people have died from that. 63 people were injured by severe smoke inhalation, and 32 people were sent to 5 hospitals in the Bronx in life-threatening condition. What they are saying is, according to early indications, it all started with a malfunctioning electric space heater. They're saying they believe that was the source of the fire, which started shortly before 11 a.m., and they said the smoke spread throughout the building. That's what caused a tremendous loss of life and other people fighting for their lives right now in hospitals all over the Bronx. A portable electric heater. Here is the mayor, Eric Adams, speaking on what happened.
This is truly a tragedy, not only for the Bronx. This is going to be one of the worst fires. We know that we have 19 people who are confirmed dead, as well as several others are in critical condition. And over 63 people were injured in this fire. And then the loss of residency, people have been displaced. This is really a horrific day for us, but I want to commend the firefighters and those who really put their public safety on the line by going in.
Horrible,
So
man.
sad.
Imagine celebrating the holidays a couple of weeks ago. You making all these plans for the new year, all these New Year resolutions, and then this is how the year starts off. Appreciate your
And
life,
we'll be
people.
following up and letting everybody know what they can do if they want to help and donate. iHeart is working with the mayor's office to figure out how we can be of any type of benefit at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see this here when the firefighters were saying there weren't enough firefighters, I guess because everything that's going on right now and some of the mandates and people out because of COVID, that there weren't enough firefighters to get people out, which is sad.
Appreciate your
All
life,
right, and
people. Don't take a day for granted, man. 9 kids aren't going to get an opportunity to grow up, so embrace it. Take a deep breath for everybody who can't.
And we do want to say rest in peace to Sidney Poitier, who passed away. He was what they call, quote, Hollywood's first black movie star. He was the first black man to win the Best Oscar, for the Best Actor Oscar. He was 94 years old, and the press secretary for the Prime Minister of the Bahamas actually confirmed that he died on Thursday evening. And so here he is getting his Lifetime Achievement Award.
I arrived in Hollywood at the age of 22 in a time different than today's, and in fact might never have been set in motion were there not an untold number of courageous, unselfish choices made by a handful of visionary American filmmakers, and I benefited from their effort. The industry benefited from their effort.
He did win that Oscar in 1963 for Lilies of the Field. And we also know him for Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Didn't they redo that too? They did a remake of that where he's winning over the family of a white woman that he's dating.
I don't remember.
So you need to see that was a pretty famous movie.
Yeah, I know the movie.
Also
Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. I don't remember the remake, though.
Yeah. And also rest in peace to James Antume, who passed away. He was a Grammy-winning songwriter. He was 76 years old. And he appeared on 80 albums, by the way. He was most well known for his own solo work for Juicy Fruit. That's what they sampled for Big. A lot of people sampled that song. And he also wrote songs for an assortment of artists, including Stephanie Mills. He wrote Never Knew Love Like This Before. He also wrote for Roberta Flack, The Closer I Get to You. He helped co-produce Mary J. Blige's album, Share My World. He did a lot of work. He also was the executive music producer for New York Undercover. And we'll be playing some of when James Antume was up here. He was also a radio personality, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to
replay he was
replay
76 years old.
that interview at 8 o'clock right after the donkey. I was trying to get Juicy Fruit on right now, but y'all know Juicy Fruit. Juicy. Juicy Fruit. Big
We
I don't know what
didn't
that is
we
that
didn't
you're
need you to
singing.
sing it. That was, I don't know what you just sampled. That wasn't James Mtume, though. Whatever you just was singing.
Of course, Biggie used it for Juicy as well.
But yes, and he actually did come up to the Breakfast Club. I spoke to his son yesterday, and he was saying that his dad read all the comments from the Breakfast Club interview that he did, and he really loved coming up to talk to us and really wanted to come back again and talk even more. So rest in peace to him, and my condolences go out to the Mtume family and all of their close
Absolutely.
friends.
Sending that whole family healing energy.
All right.
All right, well, that is your front page news. And we have more, obviously, coming up, but we got bills to pay.
All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey guys, it's Sandra, the Haitian therapist.
Hey,
Sock
Sandra.
posse!
Hey, I just want to tell you guys, I've been so busy. The ED is packed every single night.
That's good.
Like I was I don't think it's good. It's like 200 people per night. Half of them I have to see for sex purposes, and then half of that is for children who want to kill themselves.
But the reason I say that's good is because people are actually getting the help that they need. At least you're providing help to people. I'm glad that people are going to get more mental health services.
Well, yeah, for the mental aspect, that's great, but it is kind of draining on the ED that they're coming for like stuff like a cough or a sore throat, and it's like causing a huge backup. You have like hospital beds in the hallway. It's insane.
Yeah, I think that should be part of the curriculum in high school and college for kids to see. Like I look at I'm not gonna pronounce her name wrong. What's her name? Shanae O'Connor.
Sinead
O'Connor.
Yeah, her son just committed suicide. He was 17 years old. Could you imagine 17 years old?
I'm gonna be, yeah, that's horrible. I didn't even know you worked in the ER. That's why I got confused. I didn't know you worked in. I thought you just was a therapist.
I'm a crisis therapist, so if someone wants to kill themselves, kill other people off their medications, either the police brings them in or they come in on their own, and I have to determine if they have to be going to the hospital and be admitted to the hospital.
Oh, got you. Okay, see, that's why I said good, because man, you think about back in the day when people used to be going through that kind of stuff and they didn't even have a place to go. They didn't have somebody like you to go talk to.
No, that's pretty dope.
We still need more of it, by the way.
It's a lot. I think I see maybe 20 to 30 kids a day nowadays.
Wow. Well, keep doing the good work.
Thank you, guys. Oh, and Charlamagne, I think the Black Effects definitely needs like a panel of mental health professionals to talk to the public, because there's so many things that I think people should know that they don't know, like, coming to the ER.
Oh, no, for real. We got some things like that coming. I'm doing the Mental Wealth Expo again this year, but we definitely we definitely was thinking about doing something a whole lot earlier for exactly what you just said.
Well, thank you for calling, Mama. Hello, who's this?
This is 2 Piece.
That don't work, bro. You can't stop trying to be 2 Chainz, all right?
No, this is 2 Piece.
That's not gonna work. 2 Piece what?
I guess that's his rap name, 2 Piece.
Yeah, but 2 Piece matters. Is that fist? Is that chicken? What is it? 2 Piece of what?
It's 2 Piece fist. It's 2 Piece. I got a song. See, I got a song called 2 Piece. That's how I got my rap name.
Okay.
Well, let's hear it. Go ahead.
Oh boy.
No, that's okay.
All right. I was out on the block doing my thing. That girl on my phone going insane. When my homeboy pulled up,
he was born in the
with
60s.
A pocket of change.
All right, I got 2 pieces for you. Listen. Hold on. Listen, I got 2 pieces for you. It's 2 pieces of advice. All right. First piece of advice: go get a job. All right. That's the first piece of advice.
Now you can work at KFC. You can work at Popeyes. You can do 2 pieces of chicken all morning.
Second piece of advice: take that job way serious and not your rap career.
Ow, word out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. So when I drop the Jordan commercial and y'all be playing it, I want to hear that same attitude.
Drop the what?
Okay, right.
What commercial?
Show us. I like that. He gonna show us.
See, I'm a rapper, right? I come out of prison. I done wrote 6 albums. Y'all ain't even heard me yet.
We just heard you.
My actual full name is drop top, AKA 2 Piece. They know me all over Memphis, all over y'all.
They don't know you.
God bless you, bro.
They don't know you.
They're about to know me all over in Memphis. What you know they don't.
We sending you healing energy, King. Sending you a rap career healing energy.
Yeah, sending you healing energy.
See, look, I got an introduction song. It's called Drop Top 2 Piece. It goes like this right here.
All right.
When I'm drop top, I'm in my Jordans and chains. Might step in the club.
Bro, it's only Monday, bro.
Bro. When I'm 2 Piece,
bro, it's Monday. It's 6 o'clock in the morning,
I got
King.
an idea for you, brother.
What's up?
I just gave him 2 pieces of advice.
I gave him better.
Number 1, get a job. Number 2, take that job way more serious than you do your rap career. That's my 2 pieces of advice for you, 2
All right. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
Say it with your chest.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, Jeremy. How you doing?
Jeremy, what up? Get it off your chest, brother.
I ain't doing, man. I just want to give my blessings to Bob Saget. Bob Saget is a family man. Hey, we all in a different era. Like, Bob Saget was a great comedian.
Yeah, rest in peace, Bob Saget.
Definitely rest in peace, Bob Saget.
Yes.
You have a good one, brother.
I didn't know what the hell he was saying that for. I thought he was saying ball sagging.
What?
I swear. I was like, man, I'm going to just go with this because he said R.I.P. I didn't know who he was talking about at first. It took me a while to catch on to his conversation.
Hello, who's this?
But yes, he's right.
Yeah,
Rest in peace, Bob Saget.
You said what?
It's Tim. What's up?
What's up, bro? Get it off
Hey,
your chest.
Tim.
How y'all doing today?
Blessed, black, and highly favored. How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm doing good, brother. I'm just getting off of work, about to go home and go to sleep.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's all you wanted to call up here and tell us?
That's it.
Thank you for that piece of information.
No.
Oh.
Hold on, Mom.
I thought you wanted us to come tuck you in or something.
No, man. I want to talk about what's going on in the world, man. I don't know if y'all noticed, but this world is getting dangerous and y'all like that.
Yes, it is.
And I ain't gonna flinch. I'm scared. To be honest, I'm scared, but at the end of the day, I'm keeping my head up. I'm going strong, and all this stuff is gonna just fly through.
You know what, man? I'm gonna tell you something. You gotta have more faith in God, man. You know what I mean? Like you can't wake up every day and be moving off fear. You gotta move off faith. You gotta know that God has a bigger purpose than we can even see right now. All of this is happening for a reason.
Yeah, I understand that. I don't move off fear. I move off strength. I'm just saying how the world is today. It's crazy.
No, I get it. I mean,
it'll get crazy like that.
It gives all of us anxiety. It's weird, right? Because I think about 30 plus years ago, my grandma used to say, "I never seen a time like this," and now I'm talking like her. I never seen a time like this.
You're right. Be safe out there, brother.
You old.
Yeah, I know.
Y'all be careful out there, man.
You be safe
sir.
out there, brother. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Camilla.
Camilla, good morning.
Good morning. It's my birthday today.
Happy born day, Camilla. Happy birthday.
Hey, we love a Capricorn. Happy birthday, girl.
Thank you. I just wanted to tell everybody, make sure to be nice to people.
Amen.
It's a hard world we live in, and I lost one of my best friends about a few months ago to suicide. So I woke up this morning to check on, social media, and another friend of mine had posted a pretty depressing status. So just make sure you guys reach out to people, love on people, let them know that you love them, because it helps. You don't ever want to be in the situation to say, I wish I would have done it. So
that's right.
I just wanted to make sure to tell people that be nice, because it does not cost anything, and appreciate the blessing that you're walking in. I turned 30 today. Life has been amazing, and it's going to get better. So just make sure to always count your blessings and nobody else's. That's all.
Great advice,
Absolutely.
Queen. Great advice.
You have
Thank
a blessed day.
You too. Bye, you guys.
All righty. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Now, we got rumors on the way?
Yes, and let's start off the rumors with some positive news. Black Girl Magic. We'll talk about Rihanna and what she is doing right now that she's excited for, and I can't wait for it too.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Back to the work week. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Riri.
It's time.
She's spilling the tea. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Well, some exciting news for Rihanna. She posted on Instagram, 2022, we coming in hot. We about to bring you a whole new Savage Fenty experience with the launch of our brick and mortar retail stores. Can't believe it's actually that time, and I can't wait for you to have this experience. Our very first locations, Vegas, Los Angeles, Houston, Philly, and Washington, D.C. Watch the Savage Fenty feed for details.
Congrats to her.
Man, drop on the clues bombs for Rihanna. Big Fenty. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And by the way, Savage Fenty was valued at $1 billion.
Love it.
Just so you know.
Yeah, those stores gonna pop
that's
too.
Just one of her ventures.
Mm-hmm. Especially if they're more of an experience. I mean, it's gonna be an experience just because it's Rihanna's spot. You know, people gonna like to go there. But if they really make it like an experience when you go in there, oh, they gonna kill.
Yeah, because just think about it. The real place that people go to all the time, because it's not like that many options when you want to get underwear, is Victoria's Secret. Because you can find them places and just walk in, get what you need, and get out. But this is what we need. And I like the representation that she has when it comes to the models and everything, all different sizes and shapes and colors and all of that. So that's dope. All right, now Antonio Brown has been making the rounds doing his interviews after his departure from the Bucks. And on Friday, he did the Full Send podcast, and he had some things to say about Tom Brady.
These guys called me to win a Super Bowl after a suspension. I come and help them do that. If Tom Brady's my boy, why am I playing for an earnest salary?
Right.
You my boy though, right?
Right.
Who's better than me over there? Let's be real.
Right. But don't
let's not be right. Let's be honest.
No,
This is the podcast
I'll be real.
to be real.
No, I'll be real.
Who is
AB
the best guy over there?
AB.
Since you guys know football, Brady can't do by himself. But you guys gonna make it seem like he just this heroic guy. Bro, we're all humans, bro. We all dependent on somebody else to do the job.
Can we answer the first question? You're making an earnest salary because the team doesn't trust you, AB. Like sadly, AB put himself in a position where, at the time, teams were thinking low risk, high reward. They were taking a risk. That's why you got an earnest salary.
Well, I don't know if this is right, but they're saying he got a $2 million signing bonus. Then he gets a $916,000 base salary, and then a roster bonus of $370,000. So they saying his salary was $3.1 million.
Yeah, but a receiver of his caliber, without the trouble, makes way more than that. That's just a fact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, also on the Full Send podcast, he responded kind of to Asian Doll. Asian Doll had posted, "What's up, Antonio Brown? Take me out to dinner." And then she put like a laughing emoji after that. And they asked about that.
You know, some girl said she wants you.
Oh, here you go.
No, I'm not going here.
Now my famous, right?
No,
You seen it? Or
I'm
no?
saying some girl hit you up
You
that I'm
seen
jealous
it?
of.
No.
China, who was it? Who's that girl? Whatever. China doll?
Asian doll? Is that what you're talking
Asian
about?
doll?
No,
I don't
it's
know
not.
about no dolls.
Can
Say
we
my
see
name.
what she looks like? Asian doll?
No, we're not putting her up.
No, I'm
in
not
this
trying to. I
segment.
just want to see.
Don't
like,
ruin my segment with no girls right now, bro.
I'm not trying.
no
I'm not
girls.
even saying in
No
relation
girls.
to you.
Ladies, I'm relaxed, I'm on reserve right now. I got a lot more things than women right now, so let's get that clear.
Now, my D-famous, you seen it or nah?
Now, Asian Doll posted, "Me and AB talk all the time. LOL. The tweet when I asked for dinner was clearly a joke. I'm very beautiful and attractive. I can never be embarrassed. I literally be trolling." And so it seems that they are friends because they then posted a series of lives that he was in the live comments joking around with her too.
Hey, man,
All right,
AB
now
made
another-
AB made choices, and he made a choice. And as long as you can live with the consequences of your choices, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and also during an episode of the Tapped In Daily Chat, that's what Kaz and Ashley Nicole Moss do on Clubhouse, Justin LeBoy was on, and he was saying that Kanye, or should I say Ye, wants to talk to Antonio Brown about his rap career.
Hey, we outside and AB got the fire record. AB, listen, man, to another team pick you up, you got to pull up to the studio, man. Me and Ye working, and Ye wants you to pull up, man.
Kanye and AV records sound like in one word. Describe that.
Amazing, legendary. You know what I'm saying? Ye's also another advocate, for mental health and, equality everywhere. So, I'm excited about bringing both of them together.
When Justin LeBoy says me and Ye working in the studio, what does that mean?
Yes, me.
I mean, he was around him a lot when he was working on Donda, I guess. So maybe he's
like helping
with Donda
A&R
too.
or something like that?
Maybe helping A&R, maybe support, maybe. We don't know.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys recall, AB did release this single called Pit, Not the Palace.
I'm from the pit, not the palace. I'm kinda stylish. Lifestyle lavish. Jump in the coupe with no mileage. Run it. Style it. I'm from the pit, not the palace. I gotta run it. Style it. Hit on the gas, make it growl it. Jump in the coupe with no mileage. Came from the struggle. I had to hustle. Get out the muscle. This is no tussle. I don't gotta touch you. I get the beat. I make it bubble. This is tough. Fresh out of pavement. They bring the pain.
I never heard. Am I tripping or that sound all right?
Yeah, it sound all right. He released it last week?
I never heard it.
Yeah,
I didn't even give it a chance.
I didn't even give it a chance either. I ain't gonna front. But
I mean, that's the first I'm hearing of it. I've never heard that that's the first little snippet of anything I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
But it seemed like it sounded all right, but I didn't check for it when it dropped.
Me neither.
All right, see, Justin LeBoy is on top of it.
No, first of all, Justin
right, well-
LeBoy also told us we was getting Watch the Throne too. That didn't happen. He also told us Donda album was dropping a few times,
3 times, 4 times,
and it didn't. I like Justin for a lot of things. His music picks, that's not one of them.
All right, well, that is your rumor reports.
All right, we got front page news next. What we talking about?
Yes, and we'll give you some details of what we know about Bob Saget and his passing, and rest in peace to Bob Saget. Also, Deltacron, yet another variant.
All right, we'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Naomi McDuffie is a girl who knows exactly where she's going in life, but she's about to find out that nothing is what it seems. Tuesday on the CW from Ava DuVernay comes the can't-miss new series, Naomi. Don't believe everything you think, and don't miss Naomi. Tuesday, 9/8 Central, only on the CW.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now in football, the Cowboys beat the Eagles. The Chiefs beat the Broncos. That was Saturday.
Don't be just brushing by the fact that the Cowboys beat the Eagles, bro. The Cowboys beat the Eagles, and also the Cowboys swept the NFC East this year, 6-0 in the NFC East. Only the third time a NFC East team has done that, by the way.
Who cares? Now Washington beat the Giants. Browns beat the Bengals. Lions beat the Packers. Steelers beat the Ravens. Jaguars beat the Colts. Vikings beat the Bears, Saints beat the Falcons, Titans beat the Texans, Seahawks beat the Cardinals, Bills beat the Jets, Dolphins beat the Patriots, the Buccaneers beat the Panthers, 49ers beat the Rams, and Raiders beat the Chargers. Now, also,
don't forget to say that the Giants beat themselves all season. I think that's very important for you to note as a New York Giants fan.
I think they know that. I mean, we're on like quarterback number 4, so, you know, it happens. It bees like that sometimes. All right, now Klay Thompson, he returned after, 2 years plus, and he did his thing last night. He scored 17 points in 19 minutes, 7 of 18 shooting, and he dunked on somebody hard, and he actually spoke after the game.
And I'm just so grateful to be out here, and the love I received pregame and the video tributes. It was special, man. It's a night I will never forget, and it lived up to all the hype, and I'm just very grateful for our fan base. It's incredible. It was an emotional night, and I did not know I was going to dunk on somebody first game back. That felt good, so hooray for me.
Yeah, man, I pray that brother stays healthy. I don't want him to get injured anymore. Steph and Klay are, one of those duos that you really root for, regardless of how you feel about them. You appreciate seeing them play. So I want to see them out there together. Like those back-to-back injuries were tough to watch. So salute to Klay Thompson.
Yeah, he looked good last night. He didn't look like his leg was tender. He was pivoting. He was dunking. He was moving. It wasn't like he was like being careful with it. He was full steam ahead. So congratulations.
Golden State Warriors was my preseason pick to win the NBA championship. No need to change that one. I don't think.
All right. What else we got, Yee?
Well, a rest in peace to Bob Saget. He passed away. He was at the Ritz-Carlton, Orlando, and his family confirmed in a statement to CNN, "We are devastated to confirm that our beloved Bob passed away today. He was everything to us, and we want you to know how much he loved his fans, performing live and bringing people from all walks of life together with laughter. Though we ask for privacy at this time, we invite you to join us in remembering the love and laughter that Bob brought to the world." He was best known by audiences as Danny Tanner on the sitcom Full House, the wholesome patriarch. And he was, they said right now there's no signs of foul play or drug use in the case, according to the sheriff's statement. He was in Florida as part of his comedy tour. And according to Bob Saget, he talked to Jake Tapper last year in an interview, and he said Full House was an accident. He said, "I got fired on CBS and was asked to be in Full House." And that actually ended up running for 8 seasons, lived on in syndication. And then Netflix picked up a spinoff in 2016, Fuller House. Then he also did CBS's How I Met Your Mother. And of course, you know him from America's Funniest Home Videos as well.
Yeah, I need to know the cause of death immediately. Like when I hear stories like that, I need to know why for my anxiety's sake, because I don't want to think that someone just drops dead at 65 just because. I need to know something.
Okay, well, they are still investigating that. All right, and a researcher in Cyprus has discovered a new strain of coronavirus, and that combines the Delta and Omicron variant. So they're calling that Deltacron right now. And so far, they found 25 cases of the virus. It's still too early to tell whether there are more cases or what impacts it could have. But right now, they're also saying that young children hospitalized with COVID-19 has hit a record high, according to the CDC. They said while children still have the lowest rate of hospitalization of any group, pediatric hospitalizations are at the highest rate compared to any prior point in the pandemic. Sadly, we are seeing the rates of hospitalization increasing for children 0 to 4, children who are not yet currently available for vaccination.
What's the point of telling us about, what's it called? What you said, Deltacron?
Deltacron.
What's the point of telling us that? Like, why? Like, there can't be any other reason to tell us that other than to cause fear. Like, what's the point?
I mean, I don't know. I remember when Omicron, when they first found those cases, it starts off really small, very few, and then it spread pretty quickly. So I guess they're just keeping a track. How many variants are there right now?
I don't know.
Too many.
More than the Marvel universe. I'll tell you that much.
Too damn many.
About 4 or 5 that I can think of. Delta, Deltacron, there you go. You know what I'm trying to say.
What?
The big O, Omicron. I feel like there was more. IHU. Who knows, man?
There's a lot
I feel like there's so many. So I don't know. I don't even know how many. We just keep on hearing about different ones. But anyway, that is.
It just feel like fear mongering. It feel like they constantly just trying to stir up fear in people. Like, tell me when it's a problem. It's already a problem.
Well,
like COVID is COVID.
They said they
at
need
this
to
point.
know which variants are circulating because that's how they determine how they do the vaccines. Because I guess different ones are better for other ones. Because I was reading what they were saying about Omicron and vaccinations and how effective it is and booster shots. So I guess they have to also adapt the vaccines to fit what type of variant it is.
So it's different vaccines at this point? I thought it was like, I'm confused.
Well, I think some of them are more effective. You know how they'll be like, well, with the Omicron variant, this one's more effective against it. So I think part of it is, and also knowing what your symptoms are, because I know with Omicron, they're saying it starts off with a sore throat or a scratchy throat. And that's how it starts. So sometimes
They say
I
that
guess
with
to know
most
which
of them,
variant
though.
You have.
I don't know.
That's how you know.
I'll tell you one thing. All
And
this
I know
stuff
they
is
said
confusing.
I know they said with Omicron, people don't typically lose their sense of taste and smell.
That's not true. My wife lost hers. And then I've heard other people
So
who
she knew.
She had Omicron?
We don't know. I don't know which ones we have. They don't tell it. They don't tell you for the most part. So you don't even know. Listen, the CDC director was on CNN this weekend and she said she got to work on her messaging. She said they know they're confusing people. So if the people that are in the positions of power that are supposed to be doing this every day are admitting they need to work on their messaging and they know how they're confusing people, what do you think the rest of us doing by having these conversations?
Confusing people.
I don't know what the hell's going on no more.
All right. Well, look, I'm trying to keep up to it. It's changing every single day. So we shall see. And that is your front page news.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Now, when we come back, rest in peace to James Mtume. He passed away. Condolences to his family, of course. He stopped through in 2017, and we got a chance to talk with him. We spoke to him about his music career. We spoke to him about politics, and we're going to get that back on when we come back. All right? So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We have to send a rest in peace to James Mtume, and of course, condolences to his family and friends. In 2017, he stopped by The Breakfast Club, and we talked about a lot: his music career, politics, and we're gonna get that back on right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
And you need to tell them some of the songs that you're behind, so they know exactly who you are.
Well, as a writer and a producer of other artists, I did Stephanie Mills, You Know How to Love Me, What You Gonna Do With My Lovin'.
Okay.
Never Knew Love, Roberta Flack, Closer I Get to You, Back Together Again with her and Donny Hathaway. My own band, Juicy Fruit.
Juicy.
Oh, yeah. And You, Me, and He, and several others. I've been in the game.
Your son always says that Juicy Fruit put him through college.
Yeah, and his sister and his...
The whole family.
Yeah, but we were... Juicy Fruit, I always say, it's interesting. I consider that one of the grandparents of hip-hop, and once Biggie did it, and I have to give credit to Puffy, too. I remember the first day I was met Puffy, I was scoring a show called New York Undercover. I was doing all the music for that.
You heard of it.
Well, we watched it, we loved it. Sometimes, I don't assume, and Puff came in and said, yo, I got this artist, Toombs, how much you mean? And he says, Biggie, and he brought him in, man, we hugged. That man was sweet, beautiful, man. And one of the things I said about Puff, we sat down, worked out a page and a half, and that was it. You get $1, I get 50 cents. And it was the best deal we ever cut. I ever cut.
Wow.
Everybody else would be back and forth, No, Puff was straight up. And I'm not saying that just because I'm on Revolt.
Was that the biggest sample of that record so far?
It was the first, and it was the sample that put us into the next generation.
Gotcha.
There's been like 70 samples of that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how many people have sampled that song?
Well, yeah, more than enough. You know what I mean? But Keisha Cole's version, I thought was really good. Was it Let It Go? I like that.
How do you pick who samples your music? Do you want to hear the song first?
No, they pick the song, and
Okay.
then they ask for a clearance. And we just got something that just came out with Chris Brown and R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, gotcha.
Something called Juicy Booty.
Do you mind? Do you mind about clearances, or is it just matter if the splits are right?
Well, the splits, I mean, I don't put
I know
no
some
more.
people are like, no, you can't do secular music.
Yeah, well, I ain't got that problem. And it's about the cut, the splits on a song. How much of it that they're using. But like I said, it was important for me to make that reference about Puff. We sat down. My beef was, I don't know if y'all know about this. It was a big fallout. There was a song that came out called "Talking All That Jazz." That's a Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
That was about me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it was about sampling.
Yeah, sampling, because I was doing I used to do a co-host a radio show called Open Line here for about 20 years. And it was
on BLS?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was one of the co-hosts, Bob Slade, Bob Pickett, and myself.
Mm-hmm.
And my only thing in that, we had a conversation about sampling. I said, I'm not against sampling. I'm just into, if you're going to sample my music, pay me.
Pay me.
That's all.
Right. Goddamn
But
right.
you got to remember, back then, there was a big split, brothers and sisters, with music. And there was a breakdown of what I call the cultural continuity, man, between older blacks and younger blacks.
Still going on today.
Yeah, but back then, the music was the vehicle that really expressed that division. And I just said, pay me, man. I said, it'd be no different if I took your rap and put it on my song.
Mm-hmm.
That don't make it my song. So Daddy-O heard part of that and didn't hear the other half, which I said the deepest thing I heard that year was Bring the Noise, Public Enemy. But we worked it out. We're very good friends now. But that was the whole thing. It was a big... they were, we had old head black people that was running over records and CDs with.
C. Dolores Tucker.
Yeah, please. I mean, but I wasn't from that, because I was into more about your children, your nieces, and your nephews are a reflection of you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the mirror. And my generation didn't want to look in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I've always been against that, man. And it's like we started looking at y'all through other eyes, but it was our responsibility.
The irony of that is the fact that all rappers want to get paid now. Rappers not gonna let you use their voice and nothing they do without getting paid.
Everybody wants to pay for everything they do.
But see, that's a good point. But see, back then, the division was so big that cats were glad to be sampled.
Yeah.
That don't have to pay me. I had a brother, I won't name his name, he was very popular. He called me and said, man, guess what, man? So-and-so sampled me. I said, great. Did he sample a check? Okay. So that's what that was.
And it's interesting because back then it was not only just a divide of age, it was a musical genres. Because hip hop was new, y'all was doing the R&B thing, but then it was like, what's this rappity rap?
Well, see, no, you're right.
Rappity
I was coming from to extend the conversation. See, my front ground ain't my back. My front ground is jazz. Mm-hmm. I played with Miles Davis for 5 years. So everything after that is like,
right.
That was always here. And coming out, of jazz, then migrating into R&B and funk. But I never looked at rap as like some kind of hybrid.
Gotcha.
I mean, each generation creates its own music.
It's funny because listening to Juicy Fruit, like when I got older, when I was young.
Which version? No, I'm cheating.
When I was young, you just sing it. You don't really know what you're singing about.
I still don't know what I'm
the
singing
song's
about.
oral sex.
I never knew
Really? I didn't know. You just put me on
that. Well, Wrigley's knew because they tried to sue me.
I thought it was about gum.
I had no idea. As a kid, you go juicy. Juicy fruit. Yeah, no,
That's what I'm saying.
Now I gotta go
but
back
now
and
listen to the lyrics.
Read the lyrics.
I could look you everywhere. That's not about gum.
So Juicy Fruit tried to sue you.
Wrigley's gum. Yeah.
Why?
Well, they thought why does anybody sue? They thought they could get some money. So I go to the deposition, and they have this long table, man, the longest table I've ever seen in my life. And there's lawyers all on all sides, and I knew they would get to the real question. Well, Mr. Matumi, what do you mean by you can lick me everywhere? And I said, well, I'm not talking about gum. I said, I'm talking about oral sex. Everybody turned red. And they just dropped it right there.
You chewing Juicy Fruit right now?
No, actually, I'm not.
Did they ever try to sample or use your record? Because
that would have been dope. They could have just used the beat for the Juicy Fruit commercial.
That would be dope.
Well, that was my suggestion.
Yeah.
You can take advantage of that.
Right.
And like,
cut a check.
This is kind of happening. But they were like, that was old school. Back in the day, it's not like it is now where corporations migrate to what's happening. Mm-hmm. They kind of ran from what was happening back then. Just like in Grammys. I won a Grammy and I don't even know where it is because I was
1980 you won one, right?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
So you don't even know where it is?
No, I don't care for it.
It was for Never Knew Love Like This Before.
See, I'm glad you remember because I don't. But the bottom line is the reason why I didn't care about it. We went, and that was back in the day when they would give the Black Awards off camera.
They still do.
No, yeah, but no. Y'all get more play. I mean, back then, none of the major black awards. And they come back and say, yeah, earlier tonight, you know what I mean? We gave the black stuff out. So that never meant nothing to me. And I never created music for awards. I'm into reward. My reward is if the people love what you're doing.
I wonder why we never make more noise about that overt racism. Like, that's overt racism. Like, the fact that they don't show the Grammys on TV. Yeah. And I mean, you've had rappers that have boycotted it because they don't show it on TV, but that's really like some overt racism. Like, why nobody ever call the Grammys out for being overt racist?
Because you don't have a lot of political voices in the music now. You know, I don't like this. I'm not claiming to be, because, you know, we've met with the minister. So you know where I'm at politically.
Yes,
but we don't have a lot of people who have political consciousness. You know, either you're an artist and you're devoid of any political consciousness and you don't speak up. Like, one of the problems I had with all the murders that go down, why is it that we only get irate if a white cop shoots a black person? But we can bump each other off every day, and there's no real raising of voice within the community that it affects, which is the hip hop community.
It used to be like self-destruction.
And I was in that video.
Gang.
I was so happy.
Yeah.
I was so. That's something I'm real proud of. I was probably the oldest cat they invited.
All right, well, don't move. We have more with James Mtume. Rest in peace and condolences to his family. He stopped through in 2017, and we're getting that interview back on. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. That was Notorious B.I.G. with Juicy. Of course, it sampled James Mtume's classic song, Juicy Fruit. All right. Now, rest in peace to James Mtume. Condolences to his family. He stopped through in 2017, and we're just replaying some of that interview. So let's get it back on. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Now, when Biggie sampled your joint, did they even add real drum patterns? Because it seems like it's your song all the way muted vocals.
Yeah, well, you know, that was kind of.
And did he call you for that original beat?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. So it wasn't a sample. He used the original.
Puffy and I talked. What they did, they added some playing in it, but it's the track. Mm-hmm. I'll show you the contract. It's the track.
That's not the only song they sampled from y'all too. Didn't Faith sample "Love Like This" before?
Yeah, Faith. I've got samples from Nas. What was that song? Black Girl Law. I got samples with DMX, Jay-Z, Coming of Age. That's the sample.
Oh, so your check is amazing.
Well,
those albums.
I've been very fortunate.
They continue to spin on radio. Yeah,
I've been very fortunate.
Now, I know you follow the minister.
Yes.
So did you have a relationship with brother, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X as well?
No, brother. I'm 70. I'll be 71 in January. I was always an avid follower, you know, in terms of the reading, the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I met the Honorable Minister Farrakhan in 1995, and we became very close. And he asked me to join him on several delegations. Libya, I've been Libya, South Africa, Sudan, you know, Cuba, meeting with Castro. So I've been traveling with the minister for about 15 years.
Did you ever use any of the money you were making to fund some of those civil rights movements back in the day? Because we always hear about like Harry Belafonte would do that for like Martin Luther King Jr. Did you ever do?
Oh no, I do it for community organizations.
Got you.
See, you know, I think everybody should have a platform, and mine is the things that are happening in my immediate community. You know, I live in South Orange, New Jersey, so it's a lot of anti-violence organizations and stuff, and some things I did with the prisons, you know, stuff, paper, you know, helping with those. The kind of stuff you don't really want to talk about, but you just got to do that, you know, and if you're committed to what you're talking about.
I was reading somewhere you're one of the founders of Kwanzaa, so explain
why
you founded
Kwanzaa? No. I didn't say I was 90. I said 70. No, I'm one of the original celebrants. In other words, when I went out to California to go to school, I ran into Karanga. And Kwanzaa, the original Kwanzaa was in 1966. There was about 10 of them. I was involved in 1967 when there was about 23 of us. And everybody was like, yo, they crazy. You know, they thought it was anti-Christianity and anti-Santa Claus. No, it was a cultural holiday. And the thing I'm most proud about, we decided to do that. We didn't ask Congress to pass nothing, you know, out of self-determination. So No, I'm not the originator, but I'm one of the participants.
So to this day, you still celebrate Kwanzaa every year?
50 years.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I feel like I've been to your house where I've been there for a
Yeah,
Kwanzaa
we've hosted
before.
a Kwanzaa celebration for 50 years. You know, now my son and my daughter, Fa and his sisters run it now.
Yeah, Kwanzaa not popping like it used to.
Well,
it's like it fell off.
Well, you know what? You're absolutely right. One of the things that made it fall off is misinformation. People don't even know who started it. And they have mixed things like if you're a Christian, you can't. It's none of that. But again,
it's a
it was
cultural celebration.
That's right. That's all it is.
My
It's
mom used to
cultural.
celebrate Kwanzaa, but then when I got a little older, they stopped, and then it just never the
Let's
tradition never went
reignite
on.
Kwanzaa.
Right.
The McDonald's commercials used to keep Kwanzaa popping.
McDonald's.
Look,
McDonald's was heavy on Kwanzaa.
The president used to say Happy Kwanzaa. They stopped all that.
Right. Yeah.
Because you know how that is, brother.
McDonald's used to have
But
Kwanzaa.
we established something that's actually celebrated around the world, man. So that's also part of the music. What is your cultural consciousness?
Absolutely.
Well, listen, I appreciate you for coming
Oh.
through. I was flattered that you would even want to come up to
Oh,
the
Fred,
Breakfast
what you
Club.
talking about? This, to me, this is the kind of setting I love. It's not enough conversations between older and younger. Like younger will talk to themselves. Old, I don't talk to old people for what? I mean, you know what I mean?
What artists do you listen to now? Like what new artists?
Well, it's artists. Well, first of all, of course, Kendrick Lamar just blows me away. But I'm glad you raised that question. Because more importantly to me, I'm listening to the production of the new young producers. And I found it's a very interesting cycle that has happened. You're having a lot of young jazz cats produce. Like Terrence Martin does.
Terrence Martin's dope.
He's an incredible saxophone.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, when I heard Kendrick's performance, I called my son Fi. I said, man, get this young brother's name, because I call cats out of the blue.
Right.
I said, I want to talk to
I'll
him.
talk to Terrence.
And he was into, man, wow. He said, couldn't believe it. I said, no, man. I said, when I heard that sax, I said, damn. And then you have...
The Pimple Butterfly was a real jazz influence album, too.
Yeah. And then you have Rob Glasper.
All right.
Robert Glasper?
Glasper.
Yeah, I said Rob, but it's all right. And then it's the young brother that when I talked to Common, the brother that did his version.
Kareem Riggins.
He's a jazz musician. So something's coming. Something's coming because now the music is doing full circle. These cats are in hip hop and they also got a foot in jazz.
What do you think happened to jazz? They always say jazz kind of went extinct.
Well, brother, everything kind of gets extinct when it begins to not be, when it no longer is able to press the boundaries. Okay, look, parts of hip hop got extinct when sampling just kind of people were sampling the sample of the sample. It was like, okay, damn, all right. When you don't hear music, I can say that about blues. I mean, we created blues. Most young black people don't know about. Where would they hear it?
Yeah.
You go to a blues concert, I can count the amount of black and brown kids that are there.
You think hip hop might ever experience that fate?
Has to, in order for something else to grow.
Ooh,
feel me? It's called evolution.
Yeah.
I can't imagine it. but-
Somebody's gonna come along, maybe 30 years from now, some little kid, and say, "Yo, that's the track." And we everybody go, everything has to die in order for something new to come.
So you think jazz died for hip hop to grow?
I don't think jazz died as much as it got co-opted.
And that's what's happening now in hip hop. Because I thought about that with jazz too. Because it was like, who was it? Michael Bolton? Not Michael Bolton. Was it Michael Bolton?
Well, no, he's a singer. You talking
It was
about
a white-
Kenny G?
Kenny G.
Oh,
There
yeah.
you go, Kenny G. Yeah.
Yeah, everything gets watered down. And once it gets watered down into the larger public, see, capitalism has a way of absorbing everything eventually. And you've seen it in hip hop. But again, to repeat my point to you, it has to, whatever exists at some point has to die in order for something new to replace it. If I were a young artist coming up, this is a great time to come up. You know why? Because you can create your music, press send, and it's all over the world.
You don't need to get signed.
First of all, signed to what? Record companies are dinosaurs now. Matter of fact, they cruise the net to find out who's getting the most hits. They don't know what's going on, and the deals they make with young artists are crazy. 360 deals. They take your publishing, everything, part of your tour and all that. This is a great time to be creative. The question is, will people take advantage of it?
Wow. Well, thank you to the good brother M. Tume.
Man, thank you so much,
sir.
brother, for having me.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you and giving me a chance to speak to your audience. And if I've said anything of worth, I hope, some of it can be embraced.
You definitely did, my brother. Thank you for coming, man.
Okay, man.
It's the Breakfast Club.
All right, that was our interview with James and Toomey. You can see the full interview on the Breakfast Club YouTube page. Rest in peace again. And again, condolences to all his family, all right? When we come back, we have the rumors, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Wax, I did 100, by the way, already. Talking push-ups. We do push-ups every morning. We're getting back into it. All right. All right.
Get rid of the man hitties.
Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk Lauryn Hill.
Listen up. It's just in.
All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
All right, well, Lauryn Hill is teaming up with screenwriter Oren Moverman, and that's to executive produce a new documentary that will take a close look at Newark's very prominent Baraka family. It's called Why Is We Americans? Here is some of that trailer.
There's no trailer here.
Okay. All right. Well, this documentary will explore Newark's struggle with oppression through the lens of the Baraka family's decades-long involvement within social activism, poetry, music, and politics.
We found the trailer.
As you know, Ras Baraka is the mayor of Newark right now.
Mhm.
But, a lot going on with his family. And, of course, his father, Mary Baraka, his wife, Amina. And here is that trailer.
Why is we Americans? Are there any American poets in here? Why is we Americans? I want to hear an American poem.
In 1967, there were major uprisings in Newark.
They busted in there like gangbusters, shot up the whole street.
We don't call them riots, we call them a rebellion.
I knew Amiri Baraka's name as a freedom fighter, as the people's champion. The ability to just be able to speak truth is huge.
We will get it wrong, but we have a right to make mistakes. We have a right to get it wrong. We have a right to fall down, and we have a right to get back up.
Yeah, I'm always down to see a good documentary. What's that coming out on?
That is actually going to premiere at the IFC Center in New York City on January 14th. Then it'll be at the Pan-African Film Festival in February in LA. So then I guess we'll see where it lands after that.
Okay.
All right, but it's a really interesting family story. I didn't know all of this about his family, so make sure you guys check that out.
Mm-hmm.
And Kanye West has teamed up with Balenciaga for the first of its kind Yeezy Gap collection. So this should be a 2022 global launch. Kanye first shared the news on social media. He posted a photo of the legal contract that was signed by Gap, Yeezy, and Balenciaga in regards to that business partnership. Then Yeezy Gap shared a few details. They said the first of its kind launch sees Ye's peerless vision bring together the most influential designer of his generation, Demna, with iconic American brand Gap. And Yeezy Gap, engineered by Balenciaga, continues Ye's commitment to bring creativity to the forefront and delivering his vision of utilitarian design for all. So the first drop is set for June 2022, according to Vogue. And according to reports, Kanye and Cardi B are also going to be shooting a music video at a Miami Balenciaga store. So they're going to be doing that in Miami's Design District. They said he was spotted at the store twice in the past week. He was photographed shopping for an outfit on New Year's Eve. And then he was there with Future as well. Kanye's been in the news every single day, it seems like. Another thing that he did recently was, he loves to let people freestyle for him on the street. Well, when he was in New York City going to dinner at Carbone with his new boo, I guess, this rapper named Loner approached him, and here's what that sounded like.
I said working all summer, yeah, I noticed that they noticed me. Every time I'm Richie on my mind and I can't go to sleep. Diplomacy, this man in Harlem got me like they're owing me. Cause somebody owed it you. They ain't never ruined me. Grabbing to the mic like it's my eulogy. Skipping all the classes, y'all waited the truancy. Never asked how mama got it, that's between you and me.
Keep going.
Born to seize. Wake up in the morning, eating eggs and nothing else to eat. Try to get the bitch of always wanted, they ain't had the feast. Now them winning, they ain't even let us have the eat. So we about to starving by December, we just gotta eat.
You know how I know Kanye really likes the energy of people like walking up to him and rapping? Because he's got the perfect excuse not to listen to people right now. COVID, social distance. Don't be running up on me without no mask and spitting. That's the last thing I want. Clearly he enjoys it.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was telling him, give out your Instagram, give out your handles. So That's good promotion right there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, Shine was on Drink Champs. He sat down, of course, with Nori and DJ EFN. And he talked about a lot of different things like his career, politics, life after prison. He also talks about his relationship with Diddy after the whole incident that happened in a New York City nightclub. He was in jail from 2001 to 2009 for that nightclub shooting that he was involved in.
Mhm.
And here's what he said about blaming Diddy back then.
I don't really blame that on him now, as much as I did then, because I did go through a stage of bitterness. You're human. You know, I blame it more on the lawyers that were advising him, because his lawyers were there, to secure a not guilty verdict. I think that's how everything, fell apart. And he said that to me. Right, it's beautiful. He said, man, I'm sorry, man. I should have never listened to those lawyers. That's real. And, I forgave him. That was over a decade ago. Right. And I was in a different space then.
That's dope.
So you can check out that full Drink Champs episode where Shine talks about a lot of different things, including politics. Of course, people are always interested in that, his own career, and what he's been up to.
Dropping the clues bombs for Nori and DJ EFN. Drink Champs. Smoking out here in these streets.
And absolutely. Shout to Sean Poe, too.
Definitely salute
All
to
right,
Sean.
I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Reports.
All right. Charlamagne, who you giving your donkey to?
For after the hour, I'm no gynecologist. You know what I mean? But I bet you a gynecologist would agree with me when it comes to this donkey of the day. We'll talk about it.
Okay. All right. We'll get into it when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Naomi McDuffie is a girl who knows exactly where she's going in life, but she's about to find out that nothing is what it seems. Tuesday on the CW from Ava DuVernay comes the can't-miss new series, Naomi. Don't believe everything you think, and don't miss Naomi. Tuesday, 9/8 Central, only on the CW.
I was born a donkey. It's the donkey of the day.
It's time for the donkey of the day.
That's pretty funny.
Charlamagne the devil?
Possibly. The Breakfast Club.
Yes, donkey of the day for Monday, January 10th. Goes to two young ladies by the names of Nikki Grandel and Stacey Johnson. They both were arrested for grand larceny. Let the record show I'm not judging either one of these individuals. Okay, one thing I have come to realize is that in life we are all simply one wrong choice away from donkey of the day. That's all. Life is about choices, okay? We've all heard the quote, destiny is not a matter of chance, it's a matter of choice. And that is true. All right, that's it. That's all. Life is just a series of choices. Folks make choices, and sometimes those choices make the news. All right, this is one of those times because the choice that a lot of people are making in this moment that we are in is to rob and steal. All right, stop acting like you don't see what's going on out here, folks. All right, armed robbery, carjackings, burglary, petty theft. It's all up and it's stuck. In some cases, it's just a stick up. All right, in some cases, it's just a setup. This is what this was. But it's not what these young ladies stole. It's how they stole it. See, these young ladies met a man on the Caesars Palace casino floor and decided to go back to his hotel room. The man decided to take a bath to freshen up a little. And he left $6,500 in cash rolled up in a rubber band and a Rolex watch inside a duffel bag. All right? And the victim later said he couldn't find it. Duh. All right? How green are you? All right? I'd have been scared if I was those two young ladies, because in my mind, I would have been like, this got to be a setup, all right? This dude got to be police. He invited us up here to his room and then went to take a bath and left his cash and Rolex out. This is too easy, all right? This finna be a breeze. I don't want it if it's a breeze, but like I said, it's not what they stole, it's how they stole it. See, Nikki and Stacey were arrested after allegedly hiding the cash, $6,500, and a Rolex watch inside their panty wallets. Listen, they were arrested after allegedly hiding cash and a watch they stole inside their panty wallets. All right? Their vaginas. Okay, I know Rolexes come in boxes, but that doesn't mean you should hide them in the boxes we come in. Now, what I'm confused about is why didn't the ladies just leave when dude was in the tub? All right, did you really think you was just going to stick these valuable items inside your vajayjay and just close the meat curtains and nobody would be able to detect what's going on? Contrary to popular belief, I don't have a vagina, but I can only imagine You know, having a Rolex, a whole timepiece inside your love tunnel, that has to be uncomfortable. So why not just steal the cash and the Rolex and leave? According to Las Vegas Metropolitan Police, they did a body search of Stacey Johnson and found the money bulging in her pants. Now, I don't know if they could tell it was money in her panties, but clearly the officer thought something smelled fishy. So he investigated further and found the money. If I was Stacey Johnson and there was a bulge in my panties in 2022, I would tell that officer mind his business and don't worry about what I identify as. All right? You don't ask a lady about her bulge in 2022. What's wrong with you? Now, Nikki denied taking any items from the room, period, but upon booking her into the Clark County Detention Center, officers conducted an x-ray on her, and that's when they found the Rolex watch inside her front butt. See, this is how you turn your vertical smile into a vertical frown. All right, I know some women got the fupa, and the fupa looks like a fanny pack, but that doesn't mean you're supposed to put things like that in it. All right, you got to be careful about what you place inside your odorific poke hole. If you want to steal, okay, I wish you wouldn't, but if you want to steal, don't put those stolen goods inside your goodies. All right, your whiskey biscuit deserves better, man. I'm no gynecologist, but I bet a gynecologist would agree with me. You're not even supposed to put any and everything inside a garbage disposable. So why would you put any and everything inside your fur burger? Okay? All you ladies had to do was take the items and leave. Haul ass out the hotel. What you gonna steal from this man and then sit there and help him look for his stuff? Yes, he sounds green. All right? And he may be green enough to bring y'all up to the room in the first place and leave his valuables out like that. But he's not green enough to sit there and have y'all help him look for something that clearly he knows y'all stole. Once again, I'm not telling you how to steal. I want you to get a job. But if you're going to steal, don't hide the clams in your bearded clam. Please give Nikki Grandel and Stacey, what's her last name, Johnson, the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
Now, what do you call that? Is that boofing? Because I know when a man sticks something up his butt, it's boofing.
Correct.
So is that koofing?
I didn't know that.
But you didn't know what?
No, boof, that's how you call boofing.
Yeah,
Never knew that?
I never heard that.
Yeah, when a man hides something in his butt, it's boofing. Mm-hmm. Come on, you heard that before, you.
I swear I never did.
Mm.
I wonder why they call it that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all don't play game?
I really don't know what game to play, sir.
Okay. You don't want to play a game?
No, I don't want to play a game. All right? We could play a game, no?
All right.
You want to play a game?
I do.
All
What,
right.
boofing?
Well, let's see.
You guys go ahead and play. I'm at home.
I'm not playing with y'all no more. He play going too far all the time.
I don't even play no more.
All right.
Never mind.
All right.
Never mind.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day.
Whose boof it is?
Guess whose boof it is.
Grow up, man. Why can't y'all grow up?
Me and you.
Jesus.
Ye action this time. All right. When we come back, what are we talking? Oh, Coach Jesse will be joining us. Coach Jesse and Dr. Uman. All right. We're talking. What are we talking?
Amun. Dr. Amun.
What is it called?
Dr.
Uman?
Amun.
Yeah, Amun. What are we
Yes.
talking this morning? Fertility. That's what we're talking. Fertility this morning. All right. So don't
Yes,
move.
Eggs Over Easy. It's a documentary that was just on OWN last week, and it's talking about fertility, talking about Black women, a lot of different things that are really important when it comes to having children.
Okay. We'll get into that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Don't believe
Power 105.1. The Breakfast Club. Your mornings will never be the same.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Clubs. We have some special guests joining us this morning.
Yes, indeed.
We have Coach Jesse and Dr. Amun. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New
Good
Year to
morning,
everybody.
family.
So a couple of nights ago, you were on OWN, Eggs Over Easy, the documentary. So break down what Eggs Over Easy is. It's not a cooking show.
No. So shout out to the creator, Shaquita Lockley, and director, who invited me to be a part of this, which was my TV debut. So excited to share this story. It really is about Black women infertility, okay? Infertility is this ferocious battle that tears away at your soul, your spirit, your body, your finances, your relationships. And it is layered with the complexities of socioeconomic issues, right? Health inequities, isolation, anxiety, heartache, all these other issues. And what the film specifically said, and let's talk about the title. What it talked about specifically was Black women and infertility. And the reason it was titled that is because, there's been talk how when a woman is having issues with infertility, they'd say, oh, your eggs are hard-boiled or your eggs are scrambled, right? Which is so disrespectful.
I said that was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and that's why she named it.
That's why she named it that. The creator named it that because she says, no, you know what? We need to reframe the narrative. We need to center the conversation because, the stats say it's, 10% women are affected by infertility, but when you look at Black women, it's a whole, they actually say, the studies say it could estimate at 50% higher. Why? Because of the gaps in access,
fibroids.
No reporting. Yeah, we're not even getting to that. The fibroids that actually are one of the leading causes. It's fibroids, endometriosis, and PCOS are some of the leading causes of infertility. And
which
and
80 to 90%,
we're disproportionately affected by them. 80 to 90% of Black women are affected by them. So now we're disproportionately affected by the issue that causes more infertility in our communities, right? And then when you look at the infertility support services that are available, the advanced reproductive technology, you see that you don't see people like us in the centers, right? You don't see people like us. The babies don't even look like us in terms of the babies on the wall. When I went to my IVF clinic, and really, so why I was in the film was because of my infertility journey. When I was 30 years old, husband and I were 4 years into our marriage. And, we're planners. We're planners who are like, we're gonna enjoy marriage first. And then we're gonna check off the list. Now we're ready to expand our family. And we started working to conceive 6 months, and we're not making progress. Now, the technical definition of infertility is that you're unable to conceive with unprotected sex for a year. But, something in me was like, wait a minute, I'm gonna check to see what's wrong. I'm not gonna wait for a year. Went to the GYN, and she said, wait a minute, actually, there's something going on here. You have fibroids. That's how I found out. I didn't have any other symptoms at that time, but the truth is my leading issue of fibroids was the infertility. That was my symptom. And at that point, I ended up having a myomectomy because that's the surgery to remove fibroids that most at that time was available to preserve your uterus and your fertility. And, they said, oh, you'll get pregnant right away. No problem. 5 years later, I'm not pregnant. And, you get busy working, you get busy in your career, and I just, wait a minute, something's wrong. But symptoms for fibroids are coming back because the fibroids are back now. And now I have to they're ferocious. I can't even walk at sometimes. The pain is so bad. And I said, I'm going to go to a fertility specialist because this doctor, she said I was supposed to get pregnant. I didn't. I'm going to go to a fertility specialist who's also GYN. And he said it was one of the most horrific cases he'd seen. And he said I'd have to be cut open, stem to stern, vertically.
My goodness.
And that surgery ended up, not only was it a, trauma, again, abdominal surgery, but the point is 10 days later, they had to cut me open because I had to have a second surgery from complications from that surgery, which is now I had so much scar tissue where it knotted up my small intestine. And I couldn't even eat, could keep food down. It's called a small bowel obstruction, okay? So now within 10 days, I've had 2 major abdominal surgeries, all right? Next piece of news, he tells me, oh, you're gonna have to do IVF because there's scarring all over your fallopian tubes from these surgeries, which I had to preserve my fertility, right? Like to be able to have a baby. We did the IVF, and the first cycle we conceived, yes, amazing, right? 10 weeks later, the baby's heartbeat stopped. I'll never forget that day. We were literally, the week before, we had heard we saw the baby's heartbeat. You know what it looks like. You've seen it a few times, right?
Seen it a few times. I hate that part.
And they said, wait, something's wrong. We're not seeing the baby's heartbeat. So it's called a missed abortion, where now they had to go and do a D&C to remove the baby. So at this point, they're like, okay, but you're young. Don't worry about it, because this is something we hear in the fertility journey. Oh, don't worry about it. But the Eggs Over Easy film, what I loved is the fact that it dealt with miscarriage, it dealt with surrogacy, it dealt with all the different facets of infertility. At this point, here I was, women who have miscarriages are made to feel like, oh, just you'll get over it. You can try again, right? And not help to actually grieve that pain that you are a mother. I know the minute I was pregnant, I felt the connection with my baby, and here I was having to grieve that loss. We did press on. I have an amazing husband. Shout out to my husband, who is Mark. You are amazing. I love you. I couldn't have did this without you. And we then had failed IVF. So the next couple of years, it was either IVF or a fibroid surgery. Because guess what? I found out later. The fertility treatments were actually fueling the fibroids growing. So back and forth, I'm having fertility treatments and fibroid surgeries.
And how expensive was all this?
Yeah,
Holy
did your insurance
cow.
cover it or no?
No. So let's talk about that as well, with the socioeconomic barriers of women making 61 cents on the dollar, right? In that time when we were doing it, my insurance only covered like the meds, right? But it was $15,000. Now I think there's like it's more available.
A long time ago.
Yeah. Well,
right now,
come
it was
on.
like when I tried it 5 years ago, it was 29,000.
There you go. Well, it's 15 to 30. That's what the range was.
15 to 30,000.
And they take the eggs out, and they give you 2 chances. And
no, we didn't have 2 chances. That was for one.
No, they gave us 2. They gave us 2 opportunities. It was something weird. They gave you 2 opportunities. It's so crazy, like a gamble. But they gave you 2 opportunities. It was $30,000. And it didn't work.
That's a deal.
And
no guarantees.
No, it was no guarantees. And we lost. Me and my wife had to do it during Powerhouse like 5 years ago. This is right before Brooklyn was born. And you got to take the shots in their ass, and the shots in the stomach, and it has to be at a certain time.
Yeah.
And then it was during the middle of Powerhouse, so they're performing. Me and my wife had to find a back corridor.
Yeah,
and walk
I remember
in
going into the restaurant bathroom to go do the shots. You know what I mean?
It
Like,
really
wait a
is
minute,
a
you have to do it at a certain time.
Commitment financially,
That's
time-wise.
huge. And emotionally, you are going. But one thing my husband said to me, I'm so glad I knew you before you started this, and I knew you who you are, because you show up like this is so much emotion that you're going through in this.
All right, we got more when we come back with Coach Jesse and Dr. Amun, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Coach Jesse and Dr. Amun. Yee.
Every woman, not every woman, but so many women, when you talk to them who have had kids, have had a journey and had a miscarriage, or things that they don't talk about.
Yes.
I ran into somebody the other day at my coffee shop, and she was telling me she's pregnant. She's 5 months pregnant. But she was like, last year I had a miscarriage, and I told my fiance, I'm gonna wait a few months before we try again. I just need to give myself a break.
Yes.
And so many people have these stories, and a lot of times people are ashamed to talk about them.
Yes. And that is the number one thing.
They get judged.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what I find with a lot of with our black women, that they are ashamed, they're embarrassed if they're having a miscarriage, because there's so much pressure, there's so much expectations for a black woman. So for them to say that they've had a miscarriage, it's almost like they're shunned upon. And
like, what did you do wrong?
Right, exactly.
Right.
What was happening? Was
What's
you
wrong with you? Are you broken?
Attack
You're
the
broken.
woman straight away. Anytime
Yes.
you're talking about infertility, it's always the woman that gets attacked. No one really looks at the men like, are we shooting blanks? Are our sperm count? Do we have sperm? Is our sperm functioning correctly? Is the quality? We kind of get overlooked. And I think that needs to be...
That's a huge piece.
Yeah, we need to
piece.
re-educate that when we're talking about infertility. It's, when you conceive, it takes 2 people, So if you're infertile, it could be the responsibility of 2 people, not always.
But the numbers
just the
show
woman.
it. The numbers even say that 9% of men are the factor of infertility, 10% of women. Okay, so it's not like it's 1% men and 50% women. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think they just blame it on women.
Absolutely, because we're supposed
it's in your
to.
body.
It's in your body. You're supposed to be able to do this, and somehow, if it's not working, you're broken.
I think that's the sad part about it. I think for a lot of people, even for myself, when I had my first 4 kids, happened so fast, so
Right,
easily.
right.
It wasn't a problem.
Right.
We never went through any miscarriages or anything.
Right.
But now
Right.
when the fifth child came, which was Brooklyn, we couldn't get pregnant for nothing. And we had a couple of miscarriages to the point when we had Brooklyn, even with Peyton, with the last baby, I didn't get to enjoy Peyton until Peyton came home.
Right.
And the reason being is because you're always scared. Like,
Yeah.
I've been to the same thing. They see a heartbeat one week, and then
Yeah.
next week they don't see it, but they're not sure, and they don't tell you. So they be like, you have to go to another specialist to
Yeah.
see. And then when they go to the other specialist, they don't see. Or the same thing where, one time there was a baby there, and then we came back a couple of weeks later, and the baby wasn't there already.
Right.
So we've been through that. We've been through that a couple of times, and it was like, with Peyton, it was like, I don't know. I don't want to get myself excited yet. And even when I seen the baby, there was a woman that calls the radio all the time, and she had her baby, and she lost her baby a week later. Heart just stopped, right?
Wow.
And when I heard that story,
My
I
God.
still couldn't get excited because that's all I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Now Peyton's home for a week. Now I'm excited. But at first, I lost that excitement because I'm scared. I'm scared to get connected, and then a miscarriage or there's a problem. So it's like the fact that people are talking about it more, you realize it's more common than you think,
That, what you just said, and that's what I love about this film, is that it talks about everything from surrogacy to adopt. The other thing is so many people don't, I want women to think about the fact that there are many paths to motherhood, right? And there are women who think they've been framed to think, and their spouses even support this thought that you're not really a mother unless you carry the baby and birth the baby yourself.
Yeah.
And I really want us to dismantle that, okay? Because for some of us, there are babies, your name is on that baby, and somewhere but that baby needs to be adopted. But that baby's for you. Because let me tell you something, when you're raising that child, you're not going to be thinking about the pregnancy. I don't sit there and say, oh, yeah, I remember being I sit there, I love my child because I love being a mother to the child. You see what I'm saying?
And
that's a critical piece. And then
absolutely.
surrogacy, like shout out to Gabrielle Union, who publicly shared her story, because the point is people have to think there are other ways, there are other options. And don't put if you want to be parents, do it in a way that supports, like open up the thinking, think about the different ways to it. And then egg freezing for our sisters who are out there
I tell all
and
my
who
female
are,
friends to
please,
do that.
your 20s, you're a power broker, you're someone who's looking to focus on your career, or you haven't met Mr. Right, or listen, it's expensive, but it is worth it. All those bags, all those shoes, all the baby showers you spend money on, let's have a shower for you. Actually, Calais Stewart spoke about it in the film. She said, why don't we have an egg freezing shower, okay? Because the older we get, the less eggs we have. It significantly drops, okay?
I got so many homegirls that froze their eggs over the past 4 or 5 years.
And I feel like that's not an
Because
option when you're younger and you go to the doctor that they even suggest to you.
They're not.
That never
what
used
was
to be.
It's not.
kind of scary
It's not.
is when the young lady on the Eggs Over Easy documentary yesterday, she didn't know to the age of 37 that women are only given or born with a certain amount of eggs.
Yeah,
That's
it's not
it.
educated. We're not educated about it.
She was thinking it was the same mechanism of how men every 3 months we produce sperm,
I didn't know that
right?
either until we was going through in vitro. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't learn. Did you know that, Charlamagne?
I've been hearing about this my whole life, from miscarriages, the women freezing their eggs. So yes, I knew that.
I had no idea.
I mean, I guess because I be around so many women, like I hear these conversations all the time.
Right.
These aren't news.
I'm surprised they talk about it though, to the point that we have,
because you can actually measure your levels when you go to the doctor.
The AMH and FSH levels.
And that's the thing that I want to get to drill, if anything, to my sisters. Don't be scared. Utilize the medical technology that is there. Get your testing done. Get your blood work done. Get your hormone levels done. So if
but request the AMH and the FSH,
Absolutely.
which is what Angela was
Say
just
it louder
saying.
so they know what it is, because you're talking too fast.
So request the AMH, anti-Malarian hormone, and FSH, follicle stimulating hormone test. And what Angela was just saying is that when you go for your GYN visits, they do a pap smear, right? They don't, in your 20s, they check you for STDs, but they don't specifically say, hey, let's check your fertility levels. Like, because you need to know.
Right.
If you don't know, you're not going to
people
check till
also
later.
need to understand STDs can prevent you.
Exactly.
They can
So you
cause
got
you to become infertile.
You got treatable diseases, right? And
as well as alcohol and toxins.
Right. And what happens there is where your ovary or your fallopian tubes get scarred or get blocked, and that prevents the eggs meeting the sperm. And again, it's the embarrassment, the shame that they feel embarrassed to go and talk about they maybe have chlamydia or gonorrhea. And it's when it's left untreated for a period of time, this is now where the scars and the blockages and the damage comes to the fallopian tubes. But there's this stigma that if you have a STD, somehow you are, a hoe or a loose woman or things of that nature, when you could be in, a marriage or a relationship and never stepped out, but he stepped out.
Right.
And so we really need to, and I think what we need to do as a community is come together to support the black woman, because she gets attacked from every angle.
Absolutely.
Every angle. From that physician to her husband, to her family, to the careers, to Joe Blogs on the road. And we really need to support her to let her know that, look, you got nothing to be ashamed of. These are things that can naturally occur, and we have solutions.
Right.
Well, we appreciate you guys for joining us. And
Absolutely.
we need to make sure that you guys continue and let us know when you launch, and we'll talk. I might do the 7, I might do the 30.
How about the women?
Come
on, let's do it. Let's do it
We'll
for the
talk.
competition.
We'll
He did before, but he can
Well,
still
how
have
about
his
this?
quinoa.
The-
Well, how
the
about
7 or
this?
30. We'll talk
How
about
about
it.
you? And I thought about that because everybody may feel like they can't do the water fast. How about you choose the fast you want to do, but you do the fast?
That I can do.
That you
All right,
can
well,
do.
my team already won, guys.
Goodbye. Well, we appreciate you guys.
No,
joining
we
us. Thank you so
appreciate
much,
you
Coach
guys, too.
Jesse, Dr. Moon. Thank you again. It's the
And
Breakfast
thank you
Club.
so much for always making this conversation possible.
It's
Thank you.
Absolutely.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, Charlamagne, did you get that text I sent you about the COVID test and how to test if you have COVID?
Boy, what is you talking about?
I sent it in your text. Somebody sent it to me that said you could test for COVID.
You sent me something with a butt and a finger.
Right.
And I really wish you would stop.
Well, now you wanted me to stop. It says you stick your finger in you, and then you pull it out, and if you smell something, that means you ain't got it.
Yeah, that's my daddy used to always tell me that when it comes to STDs. He said, dig in your ear a little bit, put a little wax on your finger, and then when you stick it in the girl's pum pum, if she jumped, that means she got something. So that's what that sounds like to me. That sounds like one of them silly ass home remedies to me.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well,
and by the way, if you can smell it, you probably don't got it because COVID takes your sense to smell and your taste.
That's the whole point.
Huh?
Try it right fast.
So hold on, you said if you smell it, you got it?
If you smell something on your finger, you ain't got it.
Oh, you don't have it?
Try it right
Oh,
fast.
got you. You got the smell of the bunkie though, but what about the taste?
What you mean?
What about the taste? There's no taste test challenge?
No taste test. You gonna try it
The
right
taste test. That's what it is.
Taste test.
There's no taste test for COVID?
No, there's no taste test.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk John Legend.
This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
So listen up.
All right, John Legend is one of the latest musicians to turn over his catalog and sell his catalog. And so 12-time Grammy Award-winning singer, and of course, you know, he's a coach on The Voice right now, and he does have his residency in Vegas happening. He sold off his catalog of music dating back to his first album. So that starts from December 1st, 2004 to January 1st, 2021, as well as the copyrights to the works, according to a statement that was filed in November in New York. So there you have it. A lot of musicians have been doing this lately. We've seen 50 Cent, Nelly, Bruce Springsteen, Tina Turner. A lot of people just selling off their catalog right now. The Dream sold 75% of his catalog for $23 million. Smokey Robinson, Whitney Houston's estate, Ray Charles, and a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are doing it. I just wonder if they're selling their full catalog, if it's a part, or and how long. You know, so some people are selling it for 10 years or 5 years or 20 years. And I mean, I guess they're doing things with that money that they can make even more money, or maybe they're just cashing out and just relaxing. I don't know.
Right. They said that a lot of it has to do with tax benefits also, and the market is crazy right now, and people are also paying a lot of money for people's catalogs. So maybe people might feel like it's a bubble, and let's do it now while you can. But it's all whatever financial decision you decide to make, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, Reason was on the Red Pill podcast. And one thing that he was talking about that people were arguing about was whether Fabulous is a better MC than Andre 3000. Here's what he had to say.
I feel like if you lined up Fabulous Andre 3000, I got my money on Fab. That's how I feel. What up? I'm not about to hate on Fab, but god damn, that boy from Atlanta is a monster, Reason. Reason, come on, we love Fab. I love Fab. You know damn well 3 Stacks is
damn well. That's the thing. I don't.
Reason. Respect to Fab.
He's out-rapped Wayne. If you can out-rap Wayne, you can out-rap Andre 3000. Like, I'm not saying that it's easy for Fab, but I think if Fab came in there with the mindset of I want the best verse, I think Fab can out-rap Andre 3000 on that verse.
I don't like these combos. And the reason I don't like these combos because, you know, both these brothers are great, but it feels like when we have these combos, it would cause us to take away from the greatness of Fab. You know what I mean? Fab is great.
Fab is great.
He's had a legendary career. He's been a consistent all-star throughout his career. He'll be in the Hall of Fame, but Andre 3000 is a once-in-a-generation, culture-shifting type of artist. Like, there's nobody you compare Andre 3000 to. He's the first and only Andre 3000 we've ever seen. Fab has gotten compared to a lot of people, you know, throughout his career from day one, but he's great, you know, but it's like comparing like Tracy McGrady. Tracy McGrady's phenomenal. All-star, Hall of Fame player, but he's not Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? It's a difference.
Well, people love these versus conversations, as you know, so it definitely gets everyone riled up. Another thing that had people riled up was Timbaland. He was on his Instagram Live listening to The Weeknd's album, and he compared The Weeknd's new album to Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Really?
This album different, y'all. This right here, this on some Thriller. Trust me when I tell you.
I haven't heard it. Have y'all?
No, I haven't heard The Weeknd's album yet, but I plan to listen. But we have to get to a point where we can just say something is dope, you know, without comparing it to something else. Because as soon as you say Thriller and I don't hear Thriller, now I'm disappointed. You know what I mean? And plus, you're talking about, when did Thriller come out? 80s? 1980?
80-something.
80, 81? Like, yo, that...
82.
82?
Yeah, 82, yeah.
Like, that music has stood the test of time. Like, it's so much feelings and emotion attached to that Thriller album. Like, you don't do that The Weeknd, man. Why do we do that to people? Don't do that.
Years going on. Yeah, you're right.
Don't do that.
And last but not least, the 2022 Golden Globes winners. Because of the pandemic, everything was not in person, so you just get to know who won. And one legendary win was MJ Rodriguez, who became the first transgender actor to win a Golden Globe for Pose. Here is what she had to say.
I have to say this. Number one, thank you, Golden Globes. This is for the LGBTQAI, Black, Latina, Asian, the many multi-beautiful colors of the rainbow around the freaking world. This is not just for me. This is for y'all. This is the door that opens for y'all. Not me, for y'all. There are going to be so many young individuals, young, talented, thriving individuals that are going to be able to trail in and storm in through the door. This is for y'all.
Salute to MJ Rodriguez.
So congratulations. Other winners include Will Smith for King Richard, Best Performance in a Motion Picture, Drama Actor.
I still ain't seen that yet.
As well. I saw it. It was good. I cried. Good. So I know you're going to cry.
Probably.
Yeah, I haven't seen King Richard. I went to go look for it over the holidays and it wasn't there.
Is that on Netflix?
No, it's on HBO Max.
No, it wasn't on HBO Max. I looked at it and then I Googled and they said something like, I forgot what they said, but it was only on HBO Max for a limited time or something like that.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, I watched it. I watched it twice, actually. Also, best miniseries or television film was The Underground Railroad. And I haven't seen this movie yet, but this is making me want to watch it because I always see it when I look at, what is it, Netflix? Or maybe when I'm in a hotel. But The Power of the Dog got Best Motion Picture Drama. Have y'all seen that?
The Power of the Dog?
I have not.
I think it's on Netflix, but I know I always see it pop up, and I'm like, what is this about? All right, well, that is your rumor report.
You know what I did see? I did see Selling in Atlanta, the sisters in Atlanta out there.
Selling Tampa?
No, Selling in Atlanta. Is
they have
another
Selling
show.
Atlanta?
Yep, that's on another show that's on the OWN network. Listing Atlanta. Yep, it's on the OWN network. It's pretty dope. It's a bunch of sisters out in Atlanta that are selling real estate. It's getting into the real estate. I just love to see our people in there selling properties, discussing real estate, discussing generational wealth. So if you get a chance, check that out on the OWN. I know episode 2 is this week, so you can go on OWN and on the app and definitely check it out. I watched it over the weekend. It was pretty good. So shout out to those sisters out in Atlanta. All right. Well, it's time to get to the mix, the People's Choice Mix. 800-585-1051 is the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Let's go. It's time to wake up. Yeah. It's the Breakfast Club. It's going down.
Angela Yee here, and my friends at the General Insurance give you quality car insurance for less. Check out their affordable rates and flexible payment options by calling 800-GENERAL or visiting thegeneral.com. The General Auto Insurance Services, Inc., an insurance agency, Nashville, Tennessee. Some restrictions apply.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Let me shout out to Tara. Book reviews by Tara. I guess Abrams, the book company that I did my book deal with, is starting to send out the books for people to review and read. And she was the first one that I seen. And her review was really, really dope. Spot on. So I just want to say shout out to her. What?
Where's my book
why
to
didn't
review?
we get one?
Wow.
Where's my book to review?
I'm not giving you yours until
and
the book is out.
my hidden chapter better be in there too.
Your hidden chapter.
Okay.
No.
Chapter 69 better be in there.
There's no chapter 69.
I want to read the book. Where's the book at?
No. My relationship with Charlamagne is not in
Are
that
there
book.
any books in the studio?
Nope, not yet. Not yet. But they're sending out.
Maybe Charlamagne can boof one.
He can boof one.
I might already have one.
It might be up there already. But I just want to shout to her because her review was really, really, really dope.
Dope.
And rest in peace to James M. Tume again.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
We replayed this interview this morning.
Condolences to the M. Tume family.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the worst thing about, well, it's not the worst thing, but it's like, when you've been doing anything long enough, especially a show like The Breakfast Club, and, you meet all of these interesting people throughout our 11 years. It's like, man, it's been a lot of people that we've sat down and had conversations with in this room that have transitioned,
Correct.
Young,
Absolutely.
old, black, white, doesn't matter. So only thing that makes me do, man, is just constantly realize how much you have to appreciate life, man. I say it all the time now. Take a deep breath for those who can't.
Absolutely. And also shout out to Coach Jesse and Dr. Amun for joining us this morning as well.
Absolutely. Salute to
Yes,
Coach Jesse
doing
and Dr.
amazing
Amun.
work. I know so many people that they've helped. I know them personally, so I really appreciate the work that they've been doing in the community.
Absolutely. All right. When we come back, positive notes, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. All right. Now it's time to get up out of here. Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, man. My good sister, Dr. Rita Walker, she posted this yesterday. Dr. Rita Walker is a psychiatrist. She's phenomenal. She's the author of The Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health. And she posted this acronym yesterday that I love because for me, 2022 is all about boundaries. And she posted, what is boundary? B is for be aware. O is for of what is you unacceptable and normalize saying no. Do what is best for you and know that it's not your responsibility to sacrifice yourself for others. BOUNDARY. That is a boundary.
Breakfast Club, bitches! Y'all finished or y'all done?